welcome to Mind Much Philosophy, a channel where we embark on a journey through the fascinating world of philosophy and the brilliant minds that have shaped it. Whether you're a seasoned philosophy enthusiast or just beginning to explore this rich field, our channel is your gateway to understanding the profound ideas that have shaped civilizations and continue to inspire contemporary thought. So, get comfortable and let's dive into the captivating world of John Locke together. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest explorations. Once upon a time in the rolling hills of 17th century England, a man named John Locke embarked on an intellectual journey that would forever change the landscape of Western philosophy and political thought. Locke, often hailed as the father of liberalism, was not just a philosopher, but a visionary whose ideas laid the groundwork for modern conceptions of government, individual rights, and the nature of human understanding. Imagine a world where the notions of personal liberty, property rights, and the consent of the governed were not yet fully articulated. Into this world stepped John Locke, armed with a pen and a profound belief in the power of human reason. His contributions to epistemology and political philosophy were not merely academic exercises. They were revolutionary ideas that would echo through the centuries, shaping the course of history and inspiring movements for democracy and human rights. Locke's influence on Western philosophy is akin to a stone cast into a pond, creating ripples that extend far beyond the initial splash. His theories on natural rights, the social contract, and limited government provided the intellectual foundation for the Enlightenment, a period marked by a fervent belief in the power of reason and individualism. Locke's ideas were not confined to the ivory towers of academia. They permeated the real world, influencing the American and French revolutions and reshaping political discourse. Why is Locke's impact so important? Because he fundamentally altered the way we think about the relationship between individuals and the state. In a time when absolute monarchies were the norm, Locke dared to imagine a world where governments existed to serve the people, not the other way around. His emphasis on individual liberty, property rights, and the rule of law challenged the status quo and offered a new vision for society, one that continues to resonate in contemporary debates about democracy and human rights. Our story begins on August 29, 1632. In the quaint village of Rington, nestled in the heart of Somerset, England, John Locke was born into a family of modest means. His father, a country lawyer and a Puritan who fought on the parliamentary side during the English Civil War. This early exposure to political and religious conflicts would shape Locke's worldview and fuel his intellectual curiosity. Locke's journey of discovery began at Westminster School in London, where he excelled in his studies and developed a lifelong love of learning. From there, he ventured to Christ Church, Oxford, where he immersed himself in the study of medicine, natural philosophy, and classical literature. It was during these formative years that Locke's intellectual horizons expanded, and he became associated with prominent scientists and philosophers of the time, including Robert Boyle and Isaac Newton. Picture young Locke, surrounded by the hallowed halls of Oxford, engaging in lively debates and conducting experiments that would challenge conventional wisdom. His medical training and interest in experimental science shaped his philosophical outlook, emphasizing observation and experience as the foundations of knowledge. This empiricist approach would become a cornerstone of his later work, setting him apart from the rationalist philosophers of the continent. Locke's political career began in the 1660s when he entered government service, serving as a secretary to various political figures. His path eventually led him to the Earl of Shaftesbury, a prominent Whig politician who would become a significant influence on Locke's political thought. As Shaftesbury's physician and trusted advisor, Locke was exposed to the political struggles of the time, including the exclusion crisis, which sought to exclude the Catholic Duke of York, later James II, from the throne. These experiences deepened Locke's understanding of government and individual rights, fueling his passion for political reform. However, the political climate of the time was tumultuous, and Locke's association with Shaftesbury placed him in danger. In 1683, he fled to the Netherlands, seeking refuge from the threat of persecution. It was during this exile that Locke's intellectual productivity flourished. Imagine him, far from the familiar shores of England, penning some of his most famous works, including an essay concerning human understanding and 2 treatises of government. These writings would lay the foundation for his philosophical and political legacy, shaping the course of Western thought. Locke's exile came to an end with the Glorious Revolution of 1688, which saw the overthrow of James Tioé and the ascension of William III and Mary II to the throne. He returned to England, where he continued to write and engage in political discourse until his death on October 28, 1704, in Essex. His legacy as a philosopher and political theorist would endure, inspiring generations of thinkers and political leaders to champion the cause of individual liberty and the rule of law. As we reflect on the life of John Locke, we are reminded of the power of ideas to shape the world. His journey from a small village in Somerset to the halls of Oxford and the political arenas of London and the Netherlands is a testament to the enduring impact of intellectual curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge. Locke's story is not just a tale of one man's life. It is a narrative that continues to inspire and challenge us to think critically about the nature of government, society, and the human experience, as we gather to explore the intellectual landscape of John Locke. Let us embark on a journey through his ideas as if we were attending one of his enlightening lectures. Locke's philosophical contributions are vast and profound, touching on various aspects of human knowledge, politics, and society. Let us delve into some of his most significant concepts and contributions. Imagine, if you will, a blank slate, or as Locke called it, a tabula rasa. This is the starting point of Locke's theory of knowledge, which he elaborates in his seminal work, An Essay Concerning Human Understanding. Locke argues that the human mind at birth is like a blank sheet of paper, devoid of any innate ideas. All knowledge, he posits, is derived from experience. Picture Locke explaining that our minds are furnished with ideas through 2 primary sources, sensation and reflection. Sensation provides us with information about the external world through our senses, while reflection allows us to contemplate our own mental processes. For example, when we see an apple, our senses convey its color, shape, and texture. Through reflection, we can think about our perception of the apple and form ideas about it. The importance of Locke's empiricism lies in its emphasis on observation and experience as the foundations of knowledge. This perspective challenges the notion of innate ideas and underscores the role of the individual in constructing understanding through interaction with the world. As we continue our exploration, let us turn to Locke's political philosophy, particularly his ideas on natural rights and the social contract in his two treatises of government. Locke argues that all individuals possess natural rights to life, liberty, and property. These rights are inherent and inalienable, meaning they cannot be surrendered or taken away. Locke's theory of the social contract posits that individuals come together to form a government for the purpose of protecting their natural rights. Imagine Locke describing a state of nature where individuals live freely but face the constant threat of conflict and insecurity. To secure their rights and ensure peace, they enter into a social contract, agreeing to be governed by a set of laws and institutions. The importance of Locke's theory of natural rights and the social contract lies in its emphasis on the consent of the governed and the limited role of government. Locke argues that governments are obligated to protect the rights of their citizens and that individuals have the right to revolt against governments that fail to fulfill this obligation. This perspective has had a profound impact on political thought, shaping ideas about democracy, individual liberty, and the rule of law. Now, let us turn our attention to Locke's views on limited government and the rule of law. Locke believed that the primary function of government is to protect the natural rights of its citizens, to prevent the abuse of power. He advocated for a system of government with clear limits and checks on its authority. Picture Locke explaining the separation of powers, where the legislative, executive, and judicial branches of government operate independently to ensure a balance of power. This system, he argued, prevents any one branch from becoming too powerful and infringing on the rights of individuals. The importance of Locke's emphasis on limited government and the rule of law lies in its protection of individual liberty. By establishing clear limits on government authority and ensuring that laws are applied fairly and consistently, Locke's ideas provide a framework for safeguarding the rights and freedoms of citizens. As our time together draws to a close, let us explore Locke's views on property rights. Locke argued that property rights are a natural extension of an individual's labor and effort. When a person mixes their labor with the resources of the natural world, they create property and establish a right to its use and enjoyment. For example, imagine a farmer who cultivates a piece of land. Through their labor, the farmer transforms the land into a productive resource, creating value and establishing a right to the fruits of their labor. Locke believed that property rights are essential for individual prosperity and the overall well-being of society. The importance of Locke's views on property rights lies in their emphasis on the connection between labor, ownership, and prosperity. By recognizing and protecting property rights, societies can encourage individual initiative and innovation, leading to economic growth and development. Finally, let us reflect on Locke's views on religious toleration. In his Letter Concerning Toleration, Locke argued for the separation of church and state and the importance of religious freedom. He believed that individuals should be free to practice their religion without interference from the government, as long as their beliefs and practices do not harm others. The importance of Locke's views on religious toleration lies in their emphasis on the principles of freedom and mutual respect. By advocating for religious toleration, Locke sought to promote peace and harmony in diverse societies, where individuals of different faiths could coexist and thrive. As we conclude our lecture with John Locke, we are reminded of the enduring power of his ideas. His philosophical contributions have left a lasting legacy, inspiring us to think critically about the nature of knowledge, the foundations of government, and the principles of individual liberty. Through his teachings, Locke invites us to engage with the world thoughtfully and responsibly, embracing the challenges and opportunities of human understanding and social progress. And that brings us to the end of our journey together. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure exploring philosophy with you. If you enjoyed the video and found it insightful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our future adventures and explorations. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with all the latest content. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to have you along for our next journey. Until then, take care, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.